Earth is set in this really wild fantasy world where most people are kind of animal folk. They've got traits of beasts mixed with human features. But the main character, Belle LeBlanc, she's different. She's fully human in a world where that's practically unheard of. No fur, no tail, no claws. Because of that, she's been an outsider her whole life. People are suspicious of her, sometimes even hostile, because she doesn't fit their world. Belle's got one thing that sets her apart, though. She's an insanely skilled fighter. She's been trained by her master, Sen, and she carries this massive, almost comically huge sword called Runding. It's so big that people stare just at the sight of it, but Belle wields it like it's nothing. The story kicks off when Belle decides she can't just stay in one village forever. She wants answers about who she really is, why she was born different, and if there are others like her. So she leaves her home and basically takes up the path of a nomad, wandering from place to place, getting wrapped up in people's problems along the way. One of her first big tests comes when she faces this monster called a negron, kind of a mutated flower squid with antlers. It's been terrorizing a lakeside village, drying out their waters, destroying their food supply. The villagers are desperate, and when Belle shows up, they're skeptical she can do anything. But of course, she dives straight into battle. This fight is classic Belle, reckless but bold. She doesn't just swing her sword, she thinks. The Negron turns out not to be just a mindless beast. In fact, as she battles it, she realizes it just wanted to spread its seeds to reproduce. It's not evil in the way the villagers think, but it's still a danger to their lives. The Belle manages to kill it, but she takes one of its seeds with her, sort of as a reminder that not every enemy is purely wicked. Some are just part of nature's balance. That's a theme that keeps coming back in Bye Bye Earth. Belle is always walking this fine line between fighting monsters and questioning whether they're really villains or just misunderstood parts of the world. From there, her journey gets bigger. She travels through different towns and cities, meeting all kinds of characters, some allies, some rivals, and plenty of shady folks. One of the big things she runs into is the whole good class versus evil class dynamic. Society in this world is split, and the so-called evil class is treated as second-class citizens, forced into rough, violent lives. Naturally, Belle butts heads with people who abuse that system, and she ends up caught in the middle of that struggle. She also picks up a companion, a rabbit-eared child named Kitty. At first, Kitty's just this kid who needs protecting, but they become really important for Belle, reminding her why she fights in the first place. It's not just about answers to her own mystery, but about protecting people who can't protect themselves. One of the main antagonists that shows up is Gaff, the commander of the evil class. He's brutal, dangerous, and sees Belle as a threat to his control. Their clashes push Belle to her limits, and through fighting him and others like him, she keeps sharpening both her skills and her ideals. Belle slowly uncovers that her origin, the fact that she's human, ties into a much larger mystery about the world itself. This isn't just about one girl with a giant sword, it's about the fate of an entire society that's been built on hidden truths. The anime doesn't spell out every secret all at once. It unfolds piece by piece as she travels further and further, getting pulled into conflicts that are way bigger than herself. What makes the story hit isn't just the fights, though those are awesome, with Belle swinging this massive blade around like it weighs nothing. It's the way Belle wrestles with what it means to belong. She doesn't have fur, ears, or fangs, but she's got a heart that refuses to give up on people, even when they treat her like an outcast. That resilience, that compassion, is what turns strangers into allies and makes her journey worth following. By the end of this first stretch of her story, Belle's no longer just some weird human girl. She's become a figure that inspires people, villagers, outcasts, even skeptics. She's still searching for her roots, but along the way she's building something bigger, a reason for people to believe that differences don't have to divide them. And that's kind of the core of Bye Bye Earth. It's an adventure about identity, belonging, and the idea that even in a world filled with beasts, the most human thing isn't claws or fur, it's courage and empathy.